Good morning, greenies. How you doing? I beat you to it, Pat. Good morning. Pretty uneventful morning here in the markets. Almost as if it's dead. Yeah, and what's the news? That the trade tariffs kick in. China-U.S. trade tariffs. And the market is asleep. And you can see it's just going sideways. And that's it. The daily chart of the Dow here, we've just got tiny little bars, and actually that's bullish. Now, if we look at this and say, well, just step-by-step process, minor support, what was resistance should become support. It's not getting there. Well, it's not going up either. I mean, it's kind of drifting down. But if we're just looking at this and assuming that the trend is going to continue to go higher, this is bullish price action, meaning we've got a couple of topping tails and it can't even get to minor support. So the concept here, the thought process from MasterTrader Technical Strategies course is prices clearing minor support and they don't pull back to that minor support. They're creating new support. Now, we don't have an event candle, so to speak, to say, hey, this is the time to take action and buy it. What would an event candle be? A big green bar and, moving up to the top of the topping tail bar, negating it. A red bar that's reversed, a 180 type reversal would be an event to buy it above the high of the green bar. But so far, it's just a slow drift. We don't know what today's going to wind up finishing the day, but if this was a green bar here, that would be a signal to go long, looking for prices to go higher. So we had the news of the trade tariffs. I think jobless claims came out, and the market is in a coma. So no news at this time is creating any movement. We are into the end of August, or the height of vacation time, the summer doldrums, and all of that. So the news is old news at this point. It's been digested, and there's not much happening. Nothing happening here in the NASDAQ, just moving sideways at resistance, bullish price action. Big push up, price void, at resistance. So far, it won't go down. It might, but it isn't doing it now. So wait for an event. I'm looking at the chart and I'm saying, well, let's do bar by bar. Big red bar. Small tail, buyer stepped up. Bottoming tail bar, buyer stepped up. Neutral day, nothing. Topping tail, maybe we're going down. Doesn't happen. Right back up again. Continuation or slow, go nowhere inside day, 1, 2, 3 maybe. On Friday, prices move. Maybe. It's a wait and see, but there's the pullback. There's the test of resistance. It's not pulling back deeply. It's staying where it needs to, let's say above the 50, near the upper range of this wide range bar. Bottoming type of price action. Looks good. Dow we looked at, S&Ps, anything different? Actually a little bit better. It's not drifting down. We had the topping tail, a reversal bar that retraced, well, I would say maybe less than 50% into the topping tail, but it's holding up here, going sideways. Bullish price action. And here's the same concept when we talked yesterday about the narrowing ranges and volatility. Will you get an expansion in range? get this expansion, and then it went back the other way, kind of like this crazy price action. And what we looked in the daily charts back when, I forget exactly where, but so now lower high, higher low, the ranges are contracting, the spring is winding and tightening as to which way it's going to go out to the longer time frame or higher time frame, bullish price action, ultimately can it clear this high, right, which is this one. Now the start would be to clear that one. And if it clears that one, odds are it does clear the next one. But let's take a look at this this is the 24-hour chart. Let's take a look at this and look at the SPY. And really not much of a different story. We've got, well, since this is a 24-hour chart, I'd have to actually, let's do that. Let's flip it to a regular chart. Let's just see the difference without the overnight. It's not that much different. I mean, it's a little bit of a different perspective, but we do it well. The high here is the topping tail, right? The new high that came back in. And it's not really the same, but whatever. It is tightening up. You can see it's tightening up. So that was that day. And so our lines in the sand, we've got a step-by-step thought process of analysis, meaning even at this point, what is our first indication of a move in one direction or the other as we look at this daily chart? And what that would be is either a move above yesterday's high or a move below yesterday's low. And either way opens up a move to some type of void, less so to the downside because, we've got support there. We've got a little bit of support there. I don't think it would hold, excuse me, because it already was tested partially by that little dip right there. So, with everything that being said, this market is supposed to resolve itself to the upside. And, we're back in wait and see mode to see, is today the day? Why should today be the day? I have no idea what's going to move it. Bonds up into resistance here. What they're going to do. We'll wait to see. It's been another trading range type of market of, breakdown failure, blast up to new highs, Mr. Schizo type of price action, back down to the bottom of the range, back up to the top of the, back down, back up to the top of the range. Is this a big bottom or what is it? Processes go to higher time frame. What does that tell me? It's a consolidation after a sharp move to the downside. Will it resolve itself up and this is a bottom, or will it go back down? I don't know. I'll go to the next higher time frame. What does that tell me? It doesn't help me all that much. It helps me a little bit in that, all right, now I can see, I had a head and shoulders. It broke. And there isn't much support here really, but it's going sideways and it hasn't been able to move up. What do I do with something like this? Stand aside. See if it could really do something here. And then we could buy pullbacks, with the assumption bond prices could go higher. But if that's the case, yields are going to go lower. That's not such a great thing longer term for this market, for the what we've discussed as far as yield curves go. Well, the narrowing yield curve. Anyway, so there's the story with bonds. And gold is just, we could say, is this making a big bottom? I don't know. Just, it's been grinding down for several months. It's within this big range that it's been in for a number of years now, and nothing to do with this. There's better things out there to be involved in.
So you aren't adding yet?
No, I'm going to add down here, the red line. That's a special line. It's a proprietary line. And what else is moving here in ETF land? Well, the Russell, it's another yawner doing nothing, but we know it's been improving, made new highs. So that's a positive. Semiconductors. No, it's a mess, but came up off of the low. Going to keep going. NVIDIA came back strong after its dip. Consumer staples pulling back here. Been having a little bit of a choppy run. It's still in a downtrend on the monthly time frame. So it's in a spot here where it really, the going's going to get tough for that. So we'll see what happens with that. Technology up a little bit here today. Monthly chart, just like no point in selling that. It's just chopping around, looking okay. And the real fly in the ointment of the bullish case is to see whether internet can get going. Where are you, Mr. Internet? ETF. There we go. And it looks like, could it happen? And so this is what you really want to be keeping an eye on and setting alerts on this and see if FDN can resolve itself to the upside here or whether it breaks lower. And one of the stocks that we had a position in, a spread, was PayPal. And that would be one that, if it resolves to the upside, could get going. And obviously to the downside, well, we'd easily look for a call spread there. So there's a lot of what we've been doing here, working hard to find some opportunities and a lot of waiting and seeing what shapes up when it shapes up. And it looks like we'll be doing more of the same today, but the day is early. Let's see what happens. There you go, Dan.
All right. So good morning, everyone.